Hello, it's another warm and beautiful day for our weekly flagship Gttv news bulletin, and I am Aisa Tukuli. We begin with our top stories. The Gambia Police Force, in partnership with the Yemen Police Support Team, recently hosted a colorful ceremony to mark the handing over of certificates to over 100 officials who participated in a series of specialized training programs and alongside presented operational equipment to the force. In other news, this week marks the 30th anniversary of one of the darkest days in Gambia's history, the brutal execution of dozens of senior army officers by the exiled former President Yahya Jammeh in 1994. In the long and ongoing quest for accountability, the families of these fallen officers continue their search for justice. In remembrance, we present our annual exclusive feature on their ongoing pursuit of justice 3 decades later. And in sports, the Gambia Scorpions are gearing up for a crucial AFCON qualifiers against Comoros this week. The team is determined to make their mark on the Continental Championship, which will take place in Morocco 2026. These and more news follows after this short commercial break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. In case if you are just tuning in, this is Gttv News Bulletin, and I am Aisa Tukuli. The Gambia Police Force and the German Police Support Team hosted a closing and handing over ceremony at the Police Intervention Unit grounds in Kanifing on Friday, marking the successful completion of their joint mission. The event celebrated the completion of a comprehensive training program which took place from October to November 2024. A total of 120 participants engaged in a series of specialized workshops covering key areas such as human resource selection and recruitment, traffic management, and criminal police science. This collaboration underscores their ongoing efforts to strengthen the professional capabilities of the Gambia's police force. More on this report. The Gambia Police Force and the German Police Support Team held a closing and handover ceremony at the Police Intervention Grounds in Kanifing on Friday, marking the successful conclusion of the team's mission in the Gambia. A total of 120 participants completed a series of training programs and workshops from October to November 2024, covering key areas such as human resource selection and recruitment, traffic management, and criminal police science. Representing the Inspector General of Police, Commissioner Fakeba Dabo of the Criminal Records Office expressed his gratitude to the German Police Support Team. He emphasized that the training will significantly enhance the capacity of the police force and encourage the participants to apply the knowledge and skills gained in their daily duties.
To the participants, the able participants, this is a unique opportunity for you to go through this important training program. Thus, I encourage you to put the knowledge and skills into good use. Undoubtedly, you will do that because the selection criteria was a perfect one. You are the ones lucky. Of course, there are many other competent ones.
Sarah Bahadi, the project coordinator for the German Police Support Team, highlighted the team's ongoing commitment to supporting GPF's capacity building efforts. She emphasized that the various modules of training will have a lasting impact on the future operations of GPF.
This will not only lead to changes within the GPF, but will also able to noticeable for the community and the Gambian citizens, for our sisters and brothers, your fathers and mothers, your daughters and sons, and your friends. Whether they are driving on the highway with so many new challenges, whether they are victims of violent offenses, or they need the help of a police officer, or even want to become a police officer. All of you here have been chosen from among very many who who have not been given the chance to receive these trainings. Handle this treasure with care, but do not be greedy in sharing your knowledge with your colleagues and using even on yourselves.
Commissioner Lamin Kinkoli of the Mobile Traffic Unit spoke about the importance of the training in improving road safety. He noted a significant reduction in road traffic fatalities from March to the present, which he attributed to the successful implementation of the training programs.
The German support team with the vehicle and motorbike schools, from March to date, we were able to beat down the accidents to 4 deaths. So you can see the significant role that the German police teams are playing. Whenever I pass a motorbike school or our patrol team, I will be looking and imagining. Practically, our German police are not on the highway, but technically and materially, they are on our highways because those materials are theirs.
The German trainers expressed their appreciation for the support they received from GPF leadership during the training courses. They stated that the knowledge gained will greatly enhance the force's overall strength and operational effectiveness. Speaking on behalf of the participants, Inspector Camara from the Mobile Traffic Unit thanked both the GPF and the German police support team for the valuable partnership. He assured that the skills and knowledge acquired during the training will play a key role in improving the quality and effectiveness of the officers.
Through your guidance, our officers will not only be more effective in their roles, but will also embody professionalism and commitment to public service that define the German police. This partnership between our forces is a testament to what can be achieved when nations work together for a common purpose.
The event also featured the presentation of newly acquired equipment and certificates to the officers, symbolizing the ongoing collaboration between the two organizations. Reporting for Gttv News, Aisa Tukuli. The pain of losing loved ones in the Gambia's 1994 military purge remains fresh for the families of those executed. On November 11, after a coup led by Lieutenant Yahya Jammeh, several soldiers loyal to the ousted government were executed without trial. For their families, this tragic day is a painful reminder of the injustice and grief they continue to face. Despite the establishment of the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparations Commission (TRRC) in 2018, which offered some hope for accountability, the fight for injustice remains unresolved as Gambia seeks to heal. The families of the slain soldiers continue their struggle for reconciliation and justice. The families of the executed soldiers, victims of an oppressive regime, remain resolute in their fight for reconciliation, reparation, and a future where such injustice are never repeated. Our Modu Lamin Job tells us more.
Each year on November 11th, the families of Gambia's executed soldiers are reminded of a painful chapter in the country's history. On this day in 1994, several soldiers loyal to the ousted government of President Dawda Jawara were executed without trial after a military coup led by Lieutenant Yahya Jammeh. The purge remains one of the darkest moments of Jammeh's rule, and for the victims' families, justice remains elusive. After seizing power in July 1994, Jammeh moved quickly to eliminate perceived threats. On November 11, several soldiers, including Lieutenant Basiru Barrow, Sergeant Abdullah Dotfal, and Bakari Mane, among others, were arrested, tortured, and executed. These men had supported the Jawara government, and their deaths were part of Jammeh's efforts to solidify his control. The executions were carried out without trial or explanation. For the families, the pain is still raw. Sunkariabo, widow of Lieutenant Barrow, says she never had a chance to know her father. Awanjai, widow of Sergeant Fall, shares the enduring emotional toll. These deaths are part of a broader pattern of violence during Jammeh's 22-year rule, marked by extrajudicial killings and human rights abuses. While Gambia began to confront its past through the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission (TRRC) in 2018, justice has been slow. Although some officials admitted their roles in the killings, no significant legal action has been taken. For the victims' families, this lack of accountability is a source of ongoing frustration. Fatou Mane, a sister of Bakary Mane, says her parents died from the shock of losing him. Aissatou Barrow, widow of Lieutenant Barrow, vows to keep fighting for justice. For these families, justice is not only legal retribution, but also an acknowledgement of their pain and the closure they deserve. Until those responsible are held accountable, the legacy of November 11, 1994 will remain a symbol of Gambia's unfinished journey toward justice and reconciliation. Reporting for Gttv News, I am Modlamin Job.
Well, from that story by Modou Lamine Diop will lead us to our first break. When we come back, we look at sports. Stay tuned. Welcome back. In case you're just tuning in, you've been reminded that you're still watching Gttv News. Now to sports. The Gambian national team is gearing up for a crucial AFCON qualifier as they prepare to face Comoros in a bid to secure their spot in the 2026 Continental Championship, set to take place in Morocco. After 4 matches, which saw just 1 win and several draws, head coach Jonathan McKinstry has unveiled his squad, including several new call-ups. Raymond Isaac Diouf was present at the press conference, and he files in this report.
The Gambia national football team, known as the Scorpions, has begun preparations for their crucial Africa Cup of Nations qualifier against Comoros. Currently in a competitive position with 5 points from their first 4 group stage matches, Gambia's most recent encounter with Comoros ended in a 1-1 draw on September 4, 2024. The two teams are separated by just 1 point in the group standings, making the upcoming match a vital opportunity for Gambia to climb the rankings and strengthen their qualification campaign. Speaking at the Gambia Football Federation headquarters in Bekau, head coach Jonathan McKinstry revealed his squad for the upcoming clash, which includes a mix of seasoned players and emerging talents, all eager to give their best on the field.
So, goalkeepers will be maintaining Ibrahima Jarju, Lamine Saidi, Sheikh Sibi. In the defense, Ibu Toure, Babukar Njai, Joseph Cisse, Dudu Gay, Mamadou Lion Njai, Omar Colley, and James Gomez. In the midfield, Alassane Mane, Mamadou Badjo, Abubakar Bari, Ibu Adams, and Ibrahima Darbo. Forwards, Musa Barrow, Ablai Jallo, Abdoulaye Sanyang, Aliou Fadera, Suleiman Kamara, Yankuba Minte. And the strikers, Abdoulaye Cisse, Ali Sow, and Alassane Jatta. So that's a 24-man squad. Obviously, you'll be aware that for the first game, Joseph Cisse is suspended after his yellow card. So we've called up the extra player to cover up that. So for the first game, 23 of the players will be available for selection due to Joseph Cisse's suspension. For the second game, all being well, everyone will be available for selection.
The squad has been carefully selected, with McKinstry emphasizing the importance of balance between experience and youth. Key players such as Aliou Fadera, Omar Colley, and Musa Barrow will be crucial to Gambia's success. But new faces like Alassane Jatta and Yankuba Minte are expected to make an impact in this high-stakes match. Gambia's campaign has shown promise, and supporters are hopeful the team can continue their strong performances and edge closer to securing qualification for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations in Cote d'Ivoire. Kickoff for the match is scheduled for November 15th, with fans eagerly anticipating whether the Scorpions can secure a crucial win to keep their qualification hopes alive. For Gambian Talents TV, I am Raymond Isaac Diouf.
Lemon Tree FC have made their mark in the Manyai Sports Association Nawetan by securing the Knockout Cup title following a hard-fought 1-0 victory over Bundas Football Club in the final. The match held at the Father Golf Sports Complex on Saturday capped off an exciting tournament for the Green Boys, who had previously fallen to Kololi Central in the League Cup final. Despite the setback, Lemon Tree bounced back to claim the prestigious knockout title, further solidifying their reputation in the Nawetan. Our sports reporter Yaya Sedi reports.
Lemon Tree have etched their name in the history of Manja Sport Association Nawetan after reaching finals of both the league and knockout tournament. They emerged as champions, defeating Bundas Football Club by 1-0 in the knockout cup final, held at the Fadagov Sport Complex on Sunday. Before the knockout final, Lemon Tree suffered a narrow 1-0 defeat at the hands of Kololi Central in the League Cup final. In the knockout final, the Green Boys took the lead just 3 minutes into the second half with a penalty expertly converted by the player of the tournament, Suleiman Gay. Gay sent the Bundas goalkeeper to the wrong way with a perfectly placed shot, which proved to be the only goal of the match, securing the victory for Lemon Tree and sending Bundas into relegation zone. Bundas coach Yusufa Jame was awarded the fans' best coach award, but despite his effort, he could not prevent Lemon Tree, led by Maud Lamin Dur, from bouncing back following their defeat to league champions Kololi Central just a week earlier. Lemon Tree's remarkable Nawetan campaign was capped off with a trophy, having kept 12 clean sheets in 13 matches, testament to their solid defense. As the Knockout Cup champions, Lemon Tree received a giant trophy with 50,000 in prize money and gold medal, while the runners of Bundas took home silver medal and a consolation prize of $35,000. Speaking to the press, Lemon Tree's victorious coach Maud Lamindur expressed his delight, calling the win well-deserved, and thanked the team's supporters for their unwavering backing throughout the tournament.
First of all, I will thank my staff members here, the effort and the good job what they did here today. Because after losing against the defending champion, you can see they motivate the boys, give them courage, show them that hey, we have a game ahead of us. So that's what we saw here today. So to lose a League Cup is not the end of the world. We consider we motivate them, courage them, give them support to show them that the right direction, so that we can do this. We are a team. We play 11 games unbeaten. So a pending game, one game was to lose. That was going to show you that we are not the best. We are the best in Manja this season. There is no doubt about that. Not College Central winning the league champion, but what we did here today will be a record forever. I will thank my fan base. You can see the effort, the support, what they give to their brothers, because they are behind of this victory. You cannot tell them behind them because they did this. So first, I will thank my fans, thank the entire community members. The job what they did here, we really appreciate it.
On the other hand, Bundas coach accepted the defeat graciously, attributing the loss to missed goal-scoring opportunities, and vowed that his team will come back stronger in the upcoming season.
A penalty, and they scored from the penalty spot. But after that, we also have many chances, but we are not lucky to score. So it's football. We accept it, and then we go back again and walk again and come back again next year.
I have a question for you.
Reporting for Gttv Sport News, I am Yaya Sedi.
Well, congratulations to Lemon Tree for securing the Knockout Cup title. Away from that, we now take a short break. When we come back, we look at internationals. Stay tuned. Welcome back. In case you're just tuning in, you've been reminded that you're still watching Gttv News. Now, in internationals, as tensions in Amsterdam escalated on Sunday as dozens of pro-Palestinian demonstrators were detained by police for defying a citywide ban on public protest. The protest, which took place in Dam Square, came in the wake of violent incidents involving Israeli football fans earlier in the week. Hundreds of protesters gathered to voice their opposition to the Israeli government's action in Gaza and the behavior of Maccabi Tel Aviv supporters. Despite the ban, many argue that their right to protest has been unjustly curtailed and that the charges of anti-Semitism leveled against them were unfairly used to suppress their dissent. Our reporter Yaya Sedi has been monitoring the developments, and he now reports.
Dozens of Palestinian protesters were arrested in Amsterdam on Sunday for defying a city ban on public gathering. The protest in Dam Square was against the ongoing Gaza conflict and recent ban imposed after violent attacks on Israeli football fans following a match last Thursday. 5 people were hospitalized in the incident, which authorities said were anti-Semitic. The violence drew condemnation from leaders across Europe and Israel, particularly due to the timing of the attacks, coinciding with the anniversary of the Nazi pogroms against the Jews. The mayor of Amsterdam declared the city a high-risk security area after the violence would also include clashes involving Palestinians and Israel supporters. Despite the ban, protesters, including activist Frank van der Vlinde, pushed for their rights to demonstrate against Israel's actions in Gaza. However, a third court upheld the ban, citing security concerns. More than 100 people were reportedly detained during the protest, though police have not confirmed an exact number. The Israel embassy had earlier warned citizens to avoid Dam Square, and other European cities are bracing for further unrest with heightening security measures in place. Meanwhile, the violence has sparked a broader debate over freedom of expression and the limits of protest, particularly in the context of rising tensions in Europe over the Israel-Palestine conflict. The attack in Amsterdam have highlighted the challenges of balancing security and public dissent, especially in cities with a significant Jewish community. As the situation unfolds, authorities are on high alert with increased surveillance and police presence in locations linked to Israel citizens and events. In response, European governments are tightening security measures, with Paris deploying 4,000 officers for the upcoming Nations League match between France and Israel. The National Security Council of Israel has urged its citizens to avoid public demonstrations and to conceal any identifying features while traveling in Europe, as tension over the Gaza conflict continues to grow. Reporting for Gttv News, I am Yaya Sidi.
2 Florida lawmakers, Senator Marco Rubio and Congressman Miguel Waltz, are reportedly in the running for senior foreign policy roles. Rubio, known for his hardlines stance on China and Iran, is said to be in talks to become Trump's Secretary of State. Meanwhile, Waltz, a decorated Green Beret and Trump ally, is expected to be named National Security Advisor. Both men have made their positions clear on global issues, especially China, and their appointments could signal a tough approach to foreign policy in the next administration. Modo, let me jump again.
2 Florida lawmakers known for their hardline positions on China are reportedly being considered for senior foreign policy positions in President-elect Donald Trump's administration. Senator Marco Rubio, 53, who challenged Trump in the 2016 GOP presidential race, is in talks to become Secretary of State, according to CBS News. Although the appointment is not confirmed, Rubio's extensive foreign policy experience, including roles on the Senate Intelligence and Foreign Relations Committees, makes him a strong contender. He is known for his hawkish stance on China and Iran. Representative Michelle Watts, 50, a decorated Green Beret and longtime Trump ally, is favored to become National Security Advisor. A member of the House Armed Services Committee, Waltz has advocated for strong U.S. military preparedness, particularly in the Pacific, and has taken a tough line on China. His appointment would not require Senate approval. Rubio and Waltz's offices have not commented on the reports. Trump's cabinet is taking shape after his win in the 2024 election, with other key appointments, including Susie Wells as Chief of Staff and Elise Stefanik as UN Ambassador. Trump's administration is expected to fill around 4,000 political positions, with some, like National Security Advisor, requiring the Senate confirmation. Both Rubio and Waltz, who have supported Ukraine and been critical of China, are seen as key figures in shaping Trump's foreign policy agenda. Reporting for Gttv News, I am Modlamin Job.
Well, that does it for tonight's news bulletin. But before we take a leave of you, here are our top stories once again. The Gambia Police Force, in partnership with the German Police Support Team, recently hosted a colorful ceremony to mark the handing over of certificates to over 100 officials who participated in a series of specialized training programs and alongside presented operational equipment to the force. In other news, this week marks the 30th anniversary of one of the darkest days in Gambia's history, the brutal execution of dozens of senior army officers by the exiled former President Yahya Jammeh in 1994. In the long and ongoing quest for accountability, the families of these fallen officers continue their search for justice. In remembrance, we present our annual exclusive feature on their ongoing pursuit of justice 3 decades later. And in sports, the Gambia Scorpions are gearing up for a crucial AFCON qualifiers against Comoros this week. The team is determined to make their mark on the Continental Championship, which will take place in Morocco 2026. And thank you for your company. I have been your presenter in this program. Do have a restful night and bye-bye.